potentially, and this was running through my mind because I'm an anxious person and I couldn't fucking stand it. Honestly, it was making me like lose my shit. To see a stranger yell at you and be like, "Hey, dummy, get your fucking kid off the train tracks when the train is coming.
Approaching.
It is fucking coming. Oh, they want to feel the vibration. Oh, okay. He's 3. You're holding a 1-year-old in your hand. Can you like move back? They take a long time to stop. And
there's no like authorities, no one there.
Well, the police showed up, but they were cadets and they were sitting in the corner.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
All right. Welcome to Breaking the Bar podcast, guys. We're going in for another episode coming at you. I hope you all doing well. We're in the middle of fucking the holidays.
True. Right after Thanksgiving and right before Christmas.
Yes, it has been a whirlwind of eating and food and looking at all the presents that your kids want that you can't afford to buy and debating whether you should max out your credit cards to prove that you love them or not.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely not.
Yeah. I know that you, during Christmas, because Christmas is coming up, your family grew up with getting the worst presents in history.
Oh, they're never going to watch us. So yes, absolutely.
Worst presents ever, right?
I remember one year, I was probably like 14, right? And this is like early 90s, late 80s. And my stepdad went and bought us all car jacks. And I didn't have a car. My sister didn't have a car. My brothers didn't have cars, but they were on sale for like, I don't know, buy 4, get 1 for free. So we got those and we got socks. And then I'm going to say this anyway, but my stepdad made this joke about naked Christmas like every single year.
How he wanted to have naked Christmas.
Every year he made that joke. I think that's pretty much everybody's uncle that they already have, right?
Gross.
It was gross.
That's gross.
We didn't do it, but that's the kind of
world you grew up in.
The fear that holidays brought us.
So Christmases were never a big surprise for you.
No, one year though, my stepdad paid a guy extra $20. I hope my brother's listening to this to put my brother through one of those nets that they put the Christmas tree through.
Yeah.
And he stayed in there for 3 days.
He did not.
Yep. He peed through there and everything.
Like walked around the house netted.
Yep.
That's fucking incredible.
He netted. Yep. So that was his Christmas present that year.
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Well, our Christmases, we were wildly poor, but my mom always went the extra mile to try to get us, some, at least
toys,
the thing that we wanted, or if not, a very close knockoff version of it. You know what I mean? So it's, when it comes to Christmas and my kids, I always think like, fuck man, it'd be nice to, be able to give them what they actually want. But as they get older, this shit is getting expensive.
Yeah.
Everything they want is $500.
Well, you said that before, honestly. And I will remember when you said, when we decided when our kids were little, when they're little, they're like physically exhausting because every shit that you buy them, you have to fucking carry and it weighs a zillion pounds and you've got their car seat and their diaper bag and all the shit. And then when they're middle age, they're emotionally exhausting because they test your last fucking nerve on everything.
Yeah.
And then when they're older, they're financially exhausting because every single thing they want costs $200. Just to walk out the fucking door, it costs them $50.
Right. Yeah. They want to go to the skating. They want to go to fucking the mall. They want to go.
The thing I'm noticing though.
Okay.
They have plans, but they have they have a plan like, hey, and it's not just like a little plan. Let's go hang out at the park.
Right.
It's like, we're going to go to Magic Mountain. I was like, do you have a ride? No. Do you have money? No. Do you know when? No. Do you know who's going? No.
Yeah.
So you just have a plan.
They had a plan. That was
but
where
no
they got
access to said place. And it's not like a plan just to go walk around the neighborhood. I'd be all in for that plan, but this plan costs $100.
Yeah, every fucking time, dude. And now our teenagers are hitting that point where they're becoming financially exhausting.
Yep.
But they're not like bratty kids. They, you know what? It does like
everything costs
as much as I do throw money at them for costs for things. I just fucking spent $100 here. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, you do.
I want them to make sure. I want them to know that if if the thing that they want for Christmas is what they want, then they don't have to worry about the cost. We'll try to make it work if we can. You know what I mean? But apparently,
But cost does exist.
It does
they have
exist,
to know
yeah.
that things cost money. It's not,
when you want electric bikes that are no less than $800 each, that might be the only present you're getting. You know what I mean? It's wild. So for all of you families that are out there deciding which credit card to max out or how you're going to fucking affirm pay a fucking something, our heart goes out to you. We're in the same fucking boat. All right.
Well, my mom once painted a box to look like an oven for my plain house.
She did that.
And sewed me some pillowcases for Christmas. That was my gift.
Yeah. So just be lucky they didn't grow up like Rosie in the little prairie
corn.
times. Yeah,
I got a can of corn and some a watermelon for Christmas.
Pretty much, huh? That you had to cut up and share, probably.
Yeah, my brother then put it on his head.
And your brother's real. He
takes all the
killing
presents.
it,
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. What else we got going on here? What's our first topic we were bringing?
We could bring up Thanksgiving and your mom's.
Yeah, we did have a good Thanksgiving. That was awesome.
Your mom always nails it down. She has like a million.
Oh, the food.
Yeah.
Oh, the food. We talked about it on the Get Heavy podcast.
Oh, did you?
No, not eating Thanksgiving, but just the lead up to it.
Yeah.
And we just now today, this is Sunday, just today had our first meal that was not basically leftovers. So
Right.
that was from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, eating leftovers and pies and a bunch of crap.
Yeah, we were.
And now
definitely
we
fat.
now we're actually went out and ate a breakfast this morning, which was really nice.
Yeah.
So that was good. But yeah, Thanksgiving was awesome. Hopefully you guys didn't go into a big fist fight and talk about politics and none of that. It was really awesome to see all of our kids play with their cousins.
Yeah.
That's always if you have a lot of cousins or family around you, it's always a really nice gift to see them all get along.
Well, and it's funny too because all those cousins are older too. They ran together. Like,
right.
We went camping together. We did shit together. They have like history because we all live local and they go to school with half their cousins. Right. They all go to school together. They get rides together. They're thick as thieves. Mm-hmm. But the littlest one, he's only 4.
Right.
And they like they swoop around him like nobody's business.
They really do.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
So it's pretty fun.
Yeah. So Thanksgiving was great. Going into Christmas, it'll be a gauntlet of just food and starting diets and stopping diets. Probably New Year's resolutions that never get held on to. But we got
year. It's going to be different this year.
Yeah.
What up, Peloton? I see you.
Yeah, it's the most expensive coat rack on planet Earth over there, which I bought for you, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And then what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're supposed to be on it every day.
You're going to edit this shit out.
Nope.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that and wash the dishes and do the laundry and
you can do
go to
dishes
work?
while you're on the Peloton.
No, I cannot.
You can't?
I'm not. No. And you're editing this whole shit out because I'm not getting body shamed on my Peloton.
I didn't
That's
body
right
shame
there.
you. Your body looks great.
Well,
I'm no one. I'm no one to say anything about body shaming.
all right.
But I am incredibly sore today.
I know.
God.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's crazy because I'm working out and learning how to murder people.
One day. You went one day this week. And you tapped a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, I did. I tapped him. I tapped him in jiu-jitsu, and I tapped his ass. 16 years old. It's the small victories, people. You know? All right, what do we got for our first topic today?
I was going to talk about the train.
Oh,
My
yeah.
anxiety.
Okay.
Horrible. I don't know if you know me, then you know that I run on nervous energy. That's all of this is because I'm like a shaking time bomb inside. Mm-hmm. But so you had found out that they at the people crossing over here. We live in Southern California. There's a train that comes by. There's a people crossing. There's no like lights or arm or anything. The train comes by that area, and Santa was coming on it last night.
Right. Santa was going to do a drive-by, basically. Stop, throw out candy. Santa's in the conductor's seat.
Collect toys,
this and that.
fortunate.
I couldn't go because I was going to jiu-jitsu already. So Rosie goes, you know what? I'll
One
take
day
the
a week.
kids. Don't worry. One day. Rosie goes, don't worry about it. I'll take the kids. I'm sure it'll be fine. Blah, 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 blah. And so how did it go?
Well, when you called me, you're like, how many people are there? And I was like, oh, because we got there early because I'm old, so I get places early. There were like a few families. And then by the time like 6:20 came around, when the train was going to come down the tracks, and this is a real train.
Yeah.
Like
a legit actual train.
Yeah, a train.
Yes.
There were like probably 150 people to 200 people on there, and most of them little kids. And
It's dark, by the way.
It's very dark.
Yeah, no lights in this area.
There's no lights. It's not like a safe place. This is like it's a field, so everyone can run up to the train tracks, and they fucking were. All of these little children were playing on the fucking tracks, and their parents are I don't know. And I felt really awful because here's my kids who are generally well behaved, and they're like, "Hey, can we go?" And I was like, "Fuck no." Fuck no, you can't. I am sorry. These people are fucking idiots.
Right.
Because they know a train is coming.
Right.
They can see the light down there.
Right.
They have that much faith in the engineer that he'll just fucking
stop.
Hit the brakes?
Yeah, like
before
trains could just stop.
This 3-year-old's fucking running down it in a black sweatshirt. Like
on the tracks.
They were all on the tracks. There was like, and then I could see that there were people that we would probably hang around with, like, oh, some minutes to fucking just a train, we'll get off. You're like, no, you won't, dummy.
Yeah.
Like, and I honestly, I'm about to yell at you in front of all of these 200 people, but you're all fucking doing it. So what's worse, to see a kid potentially, and this was running through my mind because I'm an anxious person and I couldn't fucking stand it. Honestly, it was making me like lose my shit. To see a stranger yell at you and be like, "Hey, dummy, get your fucking kid off the train tracks when the train is coming.
Approaching.
It is fucking coming. Oh, they want to feel the vibration. Oh, okay. He's 3. You're holding a 1-year-old in your hand. Can you like move
Dude,
back? They take a long time to stop."
And there's no like authorities, no one there.
Well, the police showed up, but they were cadets, and they were sitting in the corner. And I was like,
not
they
in
were
their
just there
cars
to give off toys, and they didn't take anyone off the train. I heard a woman behind me when the train is it's less than 10 feet away. I wonder where my kid is. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with? And
he's under the train. That's where he is.
I just don't know why you would have that much faith and trust that a train would not hit your fucking kid.
Right.
Like, hey, and I know I was raised feral.
Right.
But my parents are never going to listen to this. And we were allowed like to be out, but they did not. They definitely impressed like, hey, don't do stupid shit.
Yeah.
That is fucking
tracks.
stupid. There's no like thrill you get from playing on a train tracks. Now there's thrill and a payoff you get for doing some things that are moderately stupid and dangerous.
Right.
But when the train is a coming, you can see it down there, and you're just like, "Hey, Susan, I haven't seen you in so long. Oh, love the school, blah, blah, blah." And you're talking to your friend, and your kid is playing on a track with the train coming.
It's crazy. What do you think it's just, so, I mean,
I think it's,
and what happens is I get a phone call as soon as I finish up jiu-jitsu, and she's like, I had to get out of there. There's literally, I just couldn't, there's kids,
do it.
even our kids were like anxious, which is a lot because those are the most oblivious people on planet Earth.
I caught our kids one time jumping with open knives on a trampoline.
Right. Yeah. This
on
is
a
the kind of
trampoline, jumping with knives.
good
so it's
decision
not like
making
they
our kids
have
are
like
making.
a whole like barometer for what is dumb.
But
or not.
even they were like, it was so stressful to watch all these kids running off tracks while the train is approaching, and parents are just like with their wine glasses and drunk and oblivious to the fact that
they're
a train
just crossing late,
will
letting their
stop.
wives just go around.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crossing the street.
Do you think it's just a general? Do you think this is like our young parent? It's a young parent thing.
I think it's young parents, and you know what? Honestly, I've been a teacher for a long time. Okay, I've been in charge of other people's kids, and I know that in my heart, I want to line them up and sit them down. And when your kids are in my care, I don't let them do dangerous, stupid shit.
Right.
But now seeing this, I'm wondering if in only my care are the kids not doing dangerous, stupid shit, and the parents are just letting them fucking walk all over train bridges and and do stupid. Honestly, it made me I couldn't even stay. I was like, "There's Santa. Let's go." The
Yeah.
kids were all, "Yeah, let's get out of here. This is fucking nuts."
That's so sketchy, man. I just don't. Yeah, it's weird because when you get into like a group setting like that, and then you notice that everyone is doing it at the same time, you start to like. I could see how people just like, oh, it's fine, you know what I mean? But as soon as I see lights or hear the burp of a train, I would absolutely be like, I got to make sure these kids are off the track.
Well,
you know what I
here's
mean?
the thing too, is that I'm a mom and I would overrule you. Even if you thought that was a good idea, I'd be like, well, then you're going to be on there with the kid. Like I wouldn't
gonna
let
die
you
with
take
them.
our kid
Yeah.
to do something
Yeah.
that pinged in this side of this is death.
Right.
Because that's not like he could have been run over by a bicycle. That's like instant death.
Yeah.
And they're just so like, oh, I'm sure that they have a system. It's fucking dark. They don't have a
they
system.
have a system.
You're in a field. Like there's no system.
Yeah.
Your system is that you trust
The train
the train and the
to
system.
stop. Yeah.
Right? But you're not going to do anything above that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's young people. I don't know if it's they see other people doing it, so they think it's cool.
Yeah, group mentality is like it gets people. I mean, it makes sense why in a bad situation people react like dumb as shit.
Well,
they
I'm
make
just
the
not-
wrong decisions. They don't, you know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know if it's a young parent thing, which it absolutely could be, or just the naiveness of, just assuming that things are always going to go as planned. But
Or everyone else is doing it.
yeah, I mean, you have to, and this kind of goes into our another topic we're going to get on, is you have to fucking make your kids be aware of danger, you know what I mean? And all aspects, you know what I mean? And
Right.
I think we do a pretty good job. Our kids are pretty aware of, as much as their faces are in their phones, like they do a good job when they know they're on their own to be aware of situations, you know what I mean?
Well, and that will bring up with Scout later too.
Yeah.
And honestly, that situation wasn't nearly as impending doom as this situation felt to me.
Right. Yeah.
And it felt like I realized I like a group of people. I like
Sure.
friends. I like a lot of people.
Right.
This felt like I just need to get the fuck out. And
Yeah.
I worried that my kids would have to see me yell at strangers,
Mm-hmm.
or B, they would actually see a kid get hit.
Right.
Like what? Oh, Merry Christmas! Now you've seen some fucking idiot.
Get chopped in half from a train.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying the kid's an idiot. Kids do stupid shit.
They're only as good as their parents are
Well, no,
allowing
but
them to
our
be.
kids do stupid shit too, and we're
Sure.
smart. But you have to accept the fact and expect them to do stupid shit and be vigilant so that they don't do it. You're
Mm-hmm. Sure.
like, oh, everything he does is beautiful. He's gonna do some things that are fucking wildly dangerous.
Right.
You have to be like observing that shit and then
Right.
tell them no.
Right.
Oh my God, just tell them fucking no.
Yeah, that's a thing, man.
Don't let them fucking run all over the place.
I don't know what it is about some parents, and I probably say no too much, but
No, there's no way.
you have to disappoint your kids with a no every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. They can't. So many parents these days give in to every one of their kids' whims, and that goes for everything. They vie into the whatever cultural like thing that's going on, trans or gay, all that shit, and their parents do not challenge them. They do not say no. They don't. When they ask to do shit, you know what I mean. No one wants to disappoint their kids because we're all a generation of kids that have been disappointed our whole lives, pretty much
By our parents.
And I think a lot of it is compensating from how the boomers basically raised us. You know what I mean?
We're overcompensating.
We're
overcorrecting.
overcompensating, and I've been guilty of it myself. But I think that you really have to say no to your kids every once in a while, and have that be it. No
Right.
is the answer. There's no negotiating about it, and which the Scout is incredible at, and King is too. When they hear no, they think that's a starting point, and that's sometimes I'm like, absolutely not. It's not happening. Period. That's it. Why? Because, and I know this is a hard thing for people to
Because I
understand.
said so.
Because I fucking said so. That's it. There may be a million other things and reasons why, but they don't need to know it every time.
Well, okay, and I think that comes along with our primary responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you ask parents of our age, like my primary responsibility is to keep our kids alive
Sure.
first. They can't be happy if they're dead.
Right.
They cannot be thriving outside and showing all their art and having their feelings and their big emotions if they are dead. My first thing is to make sure they are alive.
Right. Yeah.
And that goes for their health too. So, I mean, yes, I do care about their deep-seated
Of course,
feelings. They're teenagers. They have all the feelings. However, if you're dead, then you don't have them.
Right.
So,
yeah, sometimes you just have to say no. Sometimes you got to be the hard parent and say, absolutely not, this isn't happening. We're not doing this. You know what I mean? And there may be a reason, there may not be a reason. It's just because you have a bad feeling about it, or, you know, and you want to try not to push your crazy shit on them, but there are times where they have no idea what is so dangerous. You know what I mean? And that's when you have to be the hard parent and say no. I know it's hard to hear, parents. You have to say no to your kids and say no often.
well, they can't see around corners too, right?
Exactly.
Kid only sees what they want, and then it's them. They're ego driven. Like, we can see, like, what does this mean in the long run? Oh, just play on the train tracks. I'm sure you'll come back because I've never told you not to.
Yeah. We've never seen a million movies about kids getting caught in a train track when it's coming.
Or maybe that's it. Maybe the reason it gave me anxiety is because back in the 80s, there were a lot of movies with train tracks. And
every Western we ever watched, someone was on a train track while the train was coming and they had to get pulled off, right?
Honestly, I was probably like one of the only ones sweating. And if the other parents were sweating... that's another thing. None of them fucking said anything.
Right.
Nobody stepped up. Because if a kid, God forbid, if a kid really did get hurt.
Right.
Having really stupid parents.
Right.
And I didn't say at least one time, hey, get your kid off the fucking train tracks. There is a train a-coming. Mm-hmm. If I didn't even say that once, I would walk around with that for probably...
forever, yeah.
Ever. Right?
Yeah.
I'd feel terrible. I'd be like, oh man, I could have saved a fucking kid. Mm-hmm. And then now it's on me.
Right.
And I don't know if they just chuck that responsibility. I don't understand.
I don't know. So I think a lot of people are just generally oblivious to danger.
You might be right.
You know, you're in an affluent neighborhood. I'm not saying that everyone grows up rich is fucking not paying attention, but
it was a very affluent neighborhood.
It's a nice neighborhood, and
Very
there's a lot of
affluent,
kids that just come over and, you know, their parents are letting them do their thing, and they don't want to fucking interrupt the fun time. You know what I mean? And I just think generally a lot of parents are not paying attention. Period. Like, hard. You know what I mean? And they don't even know their true danger themselves. You know what I mean?
A train don't they have to stop like a half a mile back?
I'm sure it was going very slow.
It was.
But yes, there's no train that can stop on a dime, period.
Yeah, it's not like your finger is going to be like, oops,
no,
sorry.
It's gonna take hundreds of feet for it to stop. And it was going to make a stop, probably.
It was stopping, but it was stopping
still.
right next to us. Like, why play on the tracks and stand in front of where it's going to stop? They're literally like on the people
I'm so
bridge.
glad I wasn't there, because I would have been the asshole saying something.
Good.
Sure.
I kind of wish you were, because honestly, I felt a lot of like, oh my God, is it just me? This is fucking, I mean, it's making me sweat. It made me red in the face.
Totally.
And
I came home and got an earful about
dude,
it.
I thought it was so irresponsible.
Whatever it was, because you don't do that very much, and you know, when you do, I know that it was whatever was happening was a fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so,
just like
it was crazy. But,
come on down,
you know,
kids.
Dude,
Super fun.
you have to fucking be
Where's
vigilant.
my baby?
Yeah, where's my baby?
It's so dark on a train. It's coming.
I put him in all black today.
No, there was a kid all fucking black just running down the train towards where it was coming, and I was like, where'd that kid go? I was like,
yeah, it's insane.
I hope you find him.
Yeah. Jesus, man. Yeah, well, I'm glad we got through it.
It was awful.
It was the worst 10 minutes of your last month, I'm sure.
I know. You know, as soon as Santa pulled up, I was like, come on, kids, we're out of here. Yeah. They're like, but Santa just got here. I was like, I'm not fucking, I can't do this with these people. I can't.
Yeah.
It's just too much. Sorry.
Well,
if you live in our area and this is you,
you're an
I'm
idiot.
sure you have a reason why you would let your kids play on a train, because you trust the train will stop before it hits your soft children that are just made out of soft skin, right?
Yeah, bag of bones, dude.
Trains are like, I don't know, billion tons. I'm in the dark. I'm sure
I'm sure there's a good reason for
It
it.
all worked out fine, so you fucking did it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. It seems like
Are you a local teacher?
yeah.
Because
Yeah. So, dude, be the hard parent every once in a while. Tell them no, they can't play on the train tracks. Okay. Also, disappoint your kids every once in a while, but raise your kids to be vigilant, be aware. And we had a situation a few days ago, I guess technically,
Yeah.
well, about a week ago, where our daughter was basically, and we could be wrong about it, but it doesn't feel wrong. She takes the city bus home from school. She gets off at a stop, and a white Mercedes sees her get off. Two people, a man,
and a woman.
older Mexican man, right, bald head, and a woman in a white Mercedes pull up, kind of in front of her. And the girl, is it the woman?
They waved.
They
her
both
to
were
come
trying to
over.
wave her to the car, right? And this is in our neighborhood, by the way. They're both trying to wave her to the car.
So she walks around it, and then they pull.
They pull back
and
around.
and then pull up to face her.
And pulled up to face her, right? And so she, at that point, feels very weird because we really, really tell our kids, if you're walking around out in public by yourself, be
Strangers
aware.
are dangerous. Yeah.
Be aware of it. They talk. There's a big topic right now with tricky people. Have you seen this whole thing that's going on?
No.
Tricky people. We'll get into that in a minute. But basically, my daughter is 16 years old, is gorgeous.
She's 15.
It's close enough.
yeah.
But she's a gorgeous girl. She's on a city bus, and because that's what she's doing, she's taking the bus to school or from school, and this car waves her down, tries to get her over there once. As she passes them, flips around and tries to, wave her over again. At that point, she called Rosie and said, "Hey, I feel really weird. Can you come pick me up?" And then what happened when you came to pick them up?
They were parked here. Like, I want to say they were parked here, and she was walking like this.
Mm-hmm.
I just came in and I swooped in front of them to pick her up. And the second I did, they took off.
Right.
Now, there's a lot of things that I'm going to add to this.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. She had all those fake tattoos that she'd drawn on herself, so she
Right.
could have looked 18. Doesn't make her right. She's still 15. B, that area gets
Yeah.
a lot of drug traffic. However, kind of drugs sell themselves, so you don't need to lure a young girl by herself into your car to sell her drugs.
Right.
She's, you make a plan. People have cell phones. You buy them like that. You don't have to drugs sell themselves.
Right.
And even if it was for some innocent reason, like they needed directions, which you never need from a child anyway, it gave me a really good time to tell her some things that I always wanted to. Because this is not going to be the last time that shit happens to her.
Right.
As a woman, that shit happens all the fucking time, and we all know it, right? That's why for women, it's like when I posted that, only women commented, and they were like, "Oh, because they've all been
almost every woman's been in that type
Right.
of situation.
And
at one point or
unfortunately,
another. Where
and
men,
it doesn't make it
do
right.
not, Yeah.
It doesn't make it right. It just makes it something you have to have like, it was good because she was like, well, I called you. And I was like, but what if I didn't answer? There's stores all around there.
Right.
What you do is you go into a business and say, I feel weird. Can I wait here till my mom shows up? And 9,000 times out of 10, those people are going to keep you safe until somebody comes.
Right.
There's other things you can do. And I know Scout, because she's, strong and tough. She's like, well, I'll just kick somebody. But,
Yeah.
and when she said that to me, because
Yeah.
she had gotten in a situation where someone was getting handsy with her, I was all, yeah, but you can have a lot of other things you can use. You can use your voice and yell at them.
Right.
You can run away. You can go on the other side of the street.
Right.
If they cross the street again, then they are chasing you.
Right.
Now you can go into a
Right,
house. I
right.
mean, if they make a third move to find you, but you have, and sometimes you're going to have to use all three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to have to run, scream, and look weird.
But what she did was right. You know what I mean?
100%.
Calling us and asking us for help. You know what I mean? And you're right with all the other things, but I'd rather Scout be wrong
100%.
100 times than fucking, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then right one time, and that thing happened. And as a dad, I mean, I'm still fucking looking for a Mercedes, and
am
I'm going to
too.
shoot the first one I see.
Oh,
Essentially,
he's not doing that. No, he's
that's
just
what's
kidding.
happening.
He's not threatening.
I'm definitely not going to pew pew you.
Yeah.
If you're driving a white Mercedes in my neighborhood, fucking watch out because you're going to get some
No,
heat from
that's
me. All right.
we're just gonna take
But it pisses you off in a way that you feel so like freaked out that even that your kid has to go through it. But to know that she did the right thing, you know, and yes, there's a million other things you can do, and that's
and
I
she'll
think
need to.
It's
eventually.
really good to know, you know what I mean?
100%.
Those other options, those other way out. But I'm so proud of her in the fact that she felt weird and acted on it.
Right, because a lot of times you feel weird and then you don't act on it, and that's when it is weird, right?
That's
and
when
it
it can
happens
go
so
wrong.
quick.
It can
Yeah,
go
that's when
wildly
things
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
So honestly, just trust your first fucking instinct. If it feels weird, it is weird. And
Right.
who cares if you look weird, fucking screaming, running from somebody?
Right. Yeah, you'd rather do that than be screaming in the back of a fucking car.
There's an episode of Designing Women like that.
Designing women.
Yeah, that's a show my mom used to make me watch. That and Murphy Brown.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a lot of fun at my house. Murphy
Yeah.
Brown, Designing
Murphy
Women, Car Jacks.
I haven't thought about that show in a long time. Yeah, but it was a pretty weird moment, you know what I mean? And you just it made me really happy that we do make our kids, you know, we make them very aware of the dangers that are happening and can happen, you know, to anyone. Even if she's a girl and yes, she does Muay Thai and she can throw a punch and throw a kick over a grown man, there's not much you can do. There's really not much. If they want to take you, they're going to fucking take you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's something that I
But
don't want to
broad
teach her.
daylight, like
You never fucking know, man.
you can get low if you. And then I know they teach women this. If just anti-kidnapping advice. If you lay on the ground and just kick towards your kidnapper, that's how you
Sure.
get out of a situation.
It could
like that.
I mean, anything you do, anything and everything you can. Scratch
Right.
eyes, kick nuts, bite faces, whatever it is you have to do. But I was so proud of her for understanding that something felt wrong and acting on it.
You know what? It's funny that you mentioned this
You
because
have to talk into the mic.
I was listening to a song the other day,
You can move that thing
and
around if you need.
and
You
I
know, twist it. This thing
can I?
twists.
How much
Yeah.
did this thing cost?
None of your business. Mm-hmm. It was cheap Black Friday.
Is that when I came home, I had realized that I had told you that if someone ever hurt our kid,
Right.
like to death, which
Right.
would never happen because we're.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, let's hope we'll re-edit this if it ever happens.
God.
I want to kill that person.
Yeah.
No, and I know, but that's hard because you're a man. So you probably always felt that way. I
Every
didn't,
day.
and I was like, "What? Here's what I want to say. Would I kill?"
Yeah,
Yes.
because that was a big question going around on the internet. Did you hear that? It was like you know when women were asking men, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Did you hear about that? Did you
Yeah,
hear
and
that
they were
question?
saying every day.
So the question, the other one that was popular that was going around was someone asking a mother if someone hurt your child or you know
To death, yeah.
whatever, did something horrendous to your child, would you kill them? And so many mothers were like, well,
I would say yes. No.
I don't know. You know, yeah. But then it went to one man. He's like, oh, they're dead. They're dead. Their family's dead. I'm going to fucking set fire. You know, and it was exactly what my response would be. Is like, I'm going to kill everyone. Everyone's fucking dead.
Well,
You know? And that's exactly
You
because
got
that
an
is how
alibi
men
with me.
think. You know what I mean? But you said you're all, no, that's because I did ask you it once and you're like,
it's a gray area. But the truth
Yeah.
is, what I really realized is like the loss of them would be big enough that I would be miserable for the rest of my life. Would
Sure.
I be less miserable if I had known that I had put them out?
would you?
Yes, I think I would. Rather than knowing that they're in jail all the time. Yeah, no, I don't feel like that would make me miserable. I think it would just prolong the torture. But knowing that I got to see the light go out of their eyes.
Now you're talking. Now, dude, you're making me so hard right now. This is fucking
Shut up.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think
would make
maybe
you feel better.
It would
Yeah.
make a situation where I never feel better just a little bit better. And I
Welcome
expect
to a man's
you all
brain.
to help me. And I need an alibi.
Got it.
And we'll erase this if anything ever happens.
Yeah,
so
got
that we
it.
don't
Yeah.
we don't have
If any
an
white
alibi.
Mercedes goes missing in this neighborhood,
No, they
me and
didn't
Rosie
hurt
were
her.
together doing
I'm
something
talking.
in
There's
public.
this gray area. If they, I mean, if they
course.
trip my kid, I'm not gonna go all Harry Carey. But yeah, no.
Yeah, no, this is a thing that men think about every single day.
Surprise. Well,
Every single day. You know what I mean?
Well, I've been fantasizing about it a couple times too. just since then.
That's awesome. I like it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
That's great. Yeah, it's scary, man. You got dude. You hope your kids are vigilant. You hope they're paying attention. Don't try to tell them not to have their face in their phone when they're walking in public. Keep an earbud out at least. You know what I mean? Those types of things that I really try to instill in the kids. Like if you're out walking around, I don't want you to have earbuds in. You can have one in, that's fine, but you know what I mean? It's just especially for girls, dude, because I know everyone's equal and we're all the same now, but the amount of women that get kidnapped compared to fucking boys is wild, right? So
well, and my dad used to, another joyful moment of my life, he used to not let us walk around with our hands in our pockets.
Yeah,
because it took too long to get him out to defend ourselves. Mm-hmm. He said, "Oh, your hands are in your pockets. You're fucked."
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it seems like one of those things that's like that's ridiculous, but you never know. It takes a half a second for something to go off.
Well, I'm not playing on fucking railroad tracks while my kids are just laying on the tracks while a train is coming.
It's true. Yeah. So be diligent. Be the hard ass. Fucking try to raise your kids where they're aware of what's going on, aware of the dangers at least. I know we all want to protect our kids and let them think that this world is fine. But it's not. It's not fine. It's fucking dangerous. You know what I mean?
And as these younger people get older, I realize it's not going to get better.
No, it's not, obviously.
They're going to get it worse.
Yeah. It's going to get worse.
Not that you guys aren't great with everything. And you definitely appreciate the nuances and the individualism of all things that are coming forward. And that has been needed for a long time. Right. But can we just keep our children safe until then? Yeah. Because I remember a long time ago, I had a conversation with a friend. I'm not going to say who it is, but if she listens to this, she'll know it's her. And she had a toddler. Mm-hmm. And I was holding like two kids at the time too. Mm-hmm. And her toddler was playing in a busy gutter on a main street of Ventura. Yes. And the whole time she's talking to me, she's talking about like how we need to start this like very free and open. And I used to work in more affluent areas, right? With a lot of people with money. And they always wanted more childcare that was centered around the whole child and the thing. But I could not focus on all the beautiful things she was saying and all the saging we were going to do over the children because her baby is playing in the fucking street the whole time. So as she's talking to me, and I know I'm the only one who's been to school for this, she's just talking because it would be wonderfully dream of hers, while her baby is playing in the fucking street. And I was like this the whole fucking time trying to get the baby out of the fucking street. And I was like, well, that would be wonderful, but your baby could be dead.
Yeah, there's not going to be a whole baby left if you don't get this kid.
Well, and you know what? I may be just like crazy with anxiety.
You are absolutely, yes. Like you are hands down the most anxious person I've ever met.
Okay,
but it's not bad. It's not in a bad way.
I haven't even told you half of what
I know. I know there's a lot of times where we're out and you are concerned about something that I just think is absolutely not a problem. And that's a majority of our arguments. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
See, but I know what is like on scale. I know that me seeing a wadded blanket in the street is probably not a baby. Right. But do I think it the first time I see it every time? Yeah, my anxiety goes up. Oh my God, there's a baby. Oh, it's just a wadded blanket in the street. Okay. Keep going.
Every time?
Yeah, every time. And you know what? Most moms would agree with me too. Okay, yeah, just a quick.
Yeah, maybe it's a mom thing. Yeah. I don't know.
Just a quick, hey, there may be a baby. It's not. It's a blanket. Yeah. It's fine. Okay. Yeah.
But you do use it wisely, I think.
I try to.
Yeah, for the most part. I like it mainly when you get panicky and clean the whole house. That's my favorite anxiety.
That's just my love language.
I know.
You're so fucking lucky.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a scary one out there, man. It made us like, dude, in our own neighborhood, like happening downtown or something in some weird part, but in our own neighborhood, like my daughter is 3 blocks from our house. You know what I mean? To have that happen, it makes you totally like, fuck, you know, you just want to get them.
And two, it's not like this is all new because I had put as a woman before I had children, I put myself in situations where I night managed at a record store all the
Right.
time. I've kicked drunk and high people out of a store all day long. 9 months pregnant, I was working at a door at like a crazy
Oh yeah, that's right.
hip hop show. So I mean, for myself, but I also use that as a barometer. I still had anxiety.
Right.
Then I didn't,
Yeah. Well, anxiety will get you out of a lot of bad situations.
That's
if
true
you
because you're paying
If you
attention.
don't let it consume you so much where you can't act, right?
Right.
That's the thing about being a parent is acting on that anxiety and not letting it floor you to where you can't help anything. That's the anxiety that I cannot deal with and I won't deal with.
Oh.
The so anxious that they cannot do anything.
Yeah, I'd
Like,
probably
that's where I'm like, you're absolutely useless to me. You know what I mean? If you're gonna panic in a situation that's really a dangerous situation, and you are so busy losing your mind that you're not even helping the situation, then that's what pisses me off. Not you, but just
No, I
in
know,
general,
'cause I don't
people
do
like
that.
that.
No. When have I ever broken down when we needed to do
No,
something?
you never.
Yeah,
right.
no.
But we do know people that do that shit
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. So I don't know. What do we got for our next topic?
I just had that, and then you know what? I actually was gonna talk about what we're listening to.
Listening to.
Only because we both worked in record stores together, probably 25 years.
Okay.
Music was something we know a lot. I mean, not as much as most people. I'm not saying that we know more than
know a
other
good
people,
amount
but we
about
do
music,
know
yeah.
a wide variety of music stuff. So
Right.
I was gonna give like a little
What do you got
shout out to the things I was listening to.
for mom listening?
A mom listening
Mom
during
playlist?
fall because I do I
Yeah.
set a playlist.
Yeah, Rosie is really, really good at when we used to work at the record store. She was one of the favorite managers because she let you do whatever you wanted. Basically,
No, that's not true.
But
I was
no,
in
she
charge.
made everything fun, and she's really good at playlists. Like she can create a theme, and then everyone has to submit songs within this theme, and she's always been really, really good at that stuff. And especially when it comes to soul or hip hop or R&B or rock or any of that stuff. But yeah, music is in our whole entire lives.
Right.
Our kids are obsessed with music. Everyone listens to music. It's pretty.
Except for King, who's listening to some shit right now. Dude. I swear to God.
What is he listening to?
ICP.
Oh, I know.
I know.
ICP.
I think it's a 13-year-old boy thing.
Is he
I
going to
don't
be
know.
a juggalo?
No.
Our kid might be a juggalo.
That's something we got to say no to. that's a fucking first out no.
Do not let your kids be juggalos, dude. It's insane. Although time has told that the juggalo community is actually very sweet.
Sure.
They really are. They're a bunch of nice people. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
don't do it.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that.
What if it was Fish?
I'd almost be if it was a jam band.
What would be worse?
Okay,
Fish or ICP?
It would bug me more if it was Fish.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
What would be if Scout got and she's not into like to any of the pop bands.
Sure.
But would it bother you more if she was into like what the fuck is that?
Kids yelling.
I lost my train of thought. Someone like Mariah Carey, or someone like.
Okay, here's one with Scout. Would you rather her be a Swiftie, like a Taylor Swift fanatic, or like a K-pop Korean boy band fanatic?
I guess Swiftie.
A Swiftie?
Yeah.
You got Swiftie?
I think I probably would like. I haven't heard honestly, and I've only heard what they play. The ICP songs I heard are what Kings played in the car.
Right.
I've not gone through their catalog. I haven't found something I like. I'm sure I'd probably like a Taylor Swift song. I'm sure I probably know one.
Right. I'm sure you know a bunch. She's the biggest artist in the world.
So she says.
She's selling out stadiums everywhere.
Okay, but, I heard. I just read something.
Got rumors?
Yeah, it was just that maybe she bought all the tickets to her movie.
That's not true.
Okay.
No. She's doing just fine.
I'm sure.
She's selling out they're clearing almost $1 billion on this tour.
She's
doing
amazing.
just fine.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Now she's fucking one of the some football player, and that's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, but it is what it is. But with music and stuff, what do you got? What's on your mom fall playlist so far?
Amigo the Devil.
Amigo the Devil. Yeah, that's if you had not heard Amigo the Devil, it is love music for serial killers, and it is really really good. If you like true crime, and if you like sad kind of country-ish banjo outlaw country, Amigo the Devil's for you.
Devil Makes Three. He's on that same playlist. And I kind of did a deep dive into some old stuff. I went to a Ben Harper, just one record, because unfortunately, once you know music, there's only maybe one or two albums that you like really want to hit on. Right. So I did Ben Harper, Lauryn Hill, and the Black Keys.
Ooh, nice.
Are like the four that are on my rotation this month.
That's good. Ben Harper, Lauryn Hill, Black Keys, Amigo the Devil, Devil Makes Three. Yeah.
What about you?
Those are good. For me, for a fall, if I want a mellow day, I kind of fall back into. If I'm not going to go like metal stuff, then I'll some Blackheart Procession. If you've never heard them, check them out. Blackheart Procession is killer. I like Pinback. I like Black Keys. Obviously, are great. I like a good. What else? I'm going to listen to something else. Tame Impala. I like Tame Impala. I like Portugal the Man. That stuff's good.
You know what? Scout was listening to Neutral Milk Hotel the other day.
Neutral Milk
Hotel.
That's
crazy that she was she would even know who that is.
Yeah. These are deep kind of cuts for bands, but if you guys wanted just some mellow fall kind of awesome music, play around the kids, maybe turn them on. One of the cooler things is watching our kids get turned on to the music that we listen to a lot, because we listen to kind of deep dive shit. Being record store, former record store employees, we got to experience a lot of music, and especially stuff that was pretty obscure even for when we were there. Mm-hmm. Like a band like Neutral Milk Hotel is awesome, Or
even Andrew Jackson Jihad. I don't know if they're still called that. Andrew Jackson. Maybe
are they not? Are they,
AJJ. I think they.
They changed their name.
I think they dropped the Jihad.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
But here's the crazy shit. I didn't tell her about those bands.
Yeah, but she's been listening to them since she was a kid.
Maybe, but like, how she never is in here looking at our records.
No.
And the bands I have told her about, like I was all, hey, maybe check out the Slater Kinney album. She doesn't never fucking open it.
Yep, she loves some Slater Kinney. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, fall music is killer. Put some tunes on. There's some tunes for you. Last thing we're gonna cover is things you thought you'd never say to your kid, but you've said.
Okay, and this is actually I only wrote two, so it's short.
That's fine. I can think of a few.
And these are things you would only say if you had more than one kid.
Okay.
They're not things I don't see a first time parent ever saying. And this I said this earlier. Hey, don't choke out your brother, please. But I said please. When I said please, I thought, okay, well.
Wait, which brother was choking out the brother?
It was our oldest choking out the baby. Yeah, of course.
Like just messing with him though.
She had a full elbow.
Oh, Scout was choking out
the baby.
Oh, the baby. Oh, that's a wild card. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I said please.
Yeah.
Like, please. Hey, please stop choking out your brother. And I said it while I was walking by. I didn't even stop.
Didn't even stop, break stride?
No. Nice. I knew that she probably would.
The amount of times I have had to say, don't put your penis on that or your mouth on that is shocking to me. Okay. That's something I never thought I would have to mutter I don't know how many times in my life.
I've said this week. Don't do anything stupid because I'm not spending my vacation in the emergency room, is what I was saying.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep.
And by stupid, I mean playing on train tracks when there's a moving fucking train coming, because that's fucking dumb.
Yep. Rosie hates trains.
I know it's not. I just hate. Apparently, I hate parents, dude. I was so fucking.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah, I bet. It sounds like.
I wanted to yell at everybody.
You got any other ones on there?
No.
All right. Let's see. I've said. God, yeah. There's so much random shit that I've said. The putting your mouth on things is one thing. I'm so glad Bronson doesn't do that.
Thank God.
I mean, how many times have we told King to not put his face in the fan?
He likes doing that.
I know. Like he'll put his actual tongue in it or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or
I didn't know. I was like, hey, our inflatable jacuzzi we bought last year, the lid's off. And then I look and King's out there, butt fucking naked in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, put your shoes on or wear your shoes is the thing that is constantly coming out of my mouth.
Do you remember when we lived next to Sergeant Dan? And he's all, is your wife the one always yelling at your son about his shoes?
Yeah. Yeah, even the neighbors know that he doesn't have his fucking shoes ever. Ever, ever, ever. They never have their shoes on him, dude. It's insane. We got a bunch of hippie feet.
That kid, the other kids don't. Scout won't go anywhere without socks.
That's true. Yeah.
And Bronson's a little OCD like her, too.
He is, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, where are my socks? Where are my shoes? Not those shoes. These
Dude,
shoes.
if you lose one single piece of his toy, we didn't lose it. He loses it. If he loses a blaster that's this big off his toy, it is a problem, dude.
He got a Lego set that you guys made together, and it had a tiny drumstick like this big. And he woke up in the middle of the night and was like, hey, where's my drumstick? And I was like, I don't know, dude. And he's like, we got to find it. I was like, I'm not finding it at 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's insane.
Like, how do you even know it's missing? Why are you asleep? You just felt it.
Yeah,
You
pretty
felt
much.
your tiny. Now that he's got Legos, I think we're going to be in a world of hurt. They're fucking expensive.
Legos are so expensive, dude. Fuck, $50 a box, like no less than 35 is insane for like a Lego. Legos. I just can't imagine that those are that expensive to make.
Well, and we actually we skirted by a lot of it because our older kids, Scott was never into it,
right.
And King was never really into Legos.
No.
So we like missed that whole train.
Yeah, but Jesus, dude, Legos
now,
are nuts.
Yep, that's fucking.
I mean, there couldn't be a more expensive. The profit margin on Legos must be incredible.
Bronson was watching one of his favorite YouTube videos, and I looked up the guys are like millionaires.
You mean Park Ranger Bronson?
I'm sorry, Park
Ranger Bronson. Dude, we're going through a thing right now where this kid he's obsessed with dinosaurs. He watches some YouTube show, Park Ranger Aaron or something, and every single, you cannot say his name. You can't say, hey, Bronson. He goes, Park Ranger Bronson. You go, Park Ranger Bronson. Let's go home. And he's like, you mean Dino HQ? And I'm like, yeah, Dino HQ, dude. He's like, okay, Park Ranger Dad. And I'm like, all right, buddy. And it is endless, dude. He makes grandparents are calling him Park Ranger Bronson. Mm-hmm. Everyone is he is now forever Park Ranger Bronson.
You know that at school he did that in the beginning of the school year, but he was
Optimus
Prime Transformer and Bronson. Optimus Prime Transformer Bronson. And the teacher one time, because she goes and calls here.
Yeah.
She had forgotten to say it. And he just stood there and waited. And he has a little girlfriend, little friend. And his little friend's like, his name isn't Bronson. It's Optimus Prime Bronson Pterodactyl. And it's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Optimus Prime Pterodactyl Bronson. Here.
And he waited it out.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he did. Dude. Just staring at her like.
Oh, we're in Park Ranger land right now, dude. It's insane. Everywhere I go, there's Tyrannosaurus Rexes, there's Velociraptors. We're constantly hunting them. It is nuts, dude. 4-year-olds are insane.
Well, when I was watching one of their videos, they had a box like this big, and they kept pulling out Lego set after Lego set, dude. And I was like, my God, that's like a $5,000 box.
Totally, yeah.
Of like 12 sets of Legos in there.
It's insane,
all,
$40 to $50 a set now. It's insane. I don't think there's another toy that has a higher profit margin than that.
Well,
right? I mean, it's insane. But, well, anyway, let's get out of here, huh?
Okay.
So thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to this podcast. When you see our clips, you can follow us on Instagram at Breaking the Bar Podcast. Find us on Breaking the Bar Podcast on all things. We are just getting us off the ground. We're going to be a little more consistent with things as far as coming out on time, maybe going weekly. We never know. But for now, bi-weekly. Mondays is when the episodes drop. Please tell your friends about it. If you have suggestions or ideas or anything for the podcast, you can always email us at breakingthebarpod@gmail.com or hit us up on our Instagram page. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you.
Oh, thanks. Oh, and our washer's been going this whole time and no one heard it.
Yes.
We got a new one.
We got a brand new washer and dryer, like full adults.
Yep.
It's incredible. It's the first actual new appliance we've ever bought.
That's true.
Pretty amazing. True. It's amazing.
that has not had original owners.
Yes. So we are very excited. We'll be doing laundry.
Yep.
Bye.